Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the explosive growth of Nobleton's Distilling House. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guest, Dirk Fentz, the world-famous Demetri Kane, and Andrea Holak.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey. Steve.
All right. Well, congratulations, Demetri. Thank you for writing the show today. We let it was this. Everyone on tonight's episode got to write one show. This was Demetrius's contribution. He put this together. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. We'll hear about his explosive growth. So that's good. So yes, all right. But before we get to that, Andrea said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Andrea?
So I would like to know, what is the most surprising thing you've ever eaten? Surprising good, surprising bad, surprising whatever, just surprising.
Okay. Most surprising thing, I'm going to be bad because I'm not very adventurous on all this kind of stuff.
So is it one that like you knew you were eating it, or somebody said, hey, try this, and told you what it was later surprising?
It can be a wild card.
Yeah. Okay. I went to a fancy restaurant and Lebec Finn, it's no longer open. It's out of Philadelphia, 5-star restaurant. And I don't understand why 5-star restaurants, first of all, it's like 7-course meal, but everything is like tiny. It's the equivalent to half an appetizer at TGI Fridays, the accumulation of everything that you eat. But one of the courses is squab, which is pigeon. Why the hell do rich people eat pigeon? I don't understand. It seems like the craziest goddamn thing to me, but they brought it out. I thought, for me, this was the closest thing I was going to get to chicken wings that night. So I'll eat the goddamn pigeon. Give me the pigeon. I'll eat the pigeon. And I ate squab. I don't have anything really wild, but I did eat squab once. So, yeah.
How was it? Was it good?
Oh, tasted like chicken.
The chicken wings, though, probably weren't quite the size you were wanting.
Yeah, exactly. They're tiny. Yeah, it was like, ooh, I'm a rich person eating chicken wings, and I know what it feels like to be rich and eat chicken wings. I just wasn't. Luckily, that's when I was at a great sales job, and then one of the sales guys was showing off. There was 4 of us eating dinner. And 2 corporate guys, me and another guy, we're not paying shit. We don't have any damn money. We're the corporate people. And then, so the corporate people have no money, of course. And then 2 other sales guys. The other guy was a sales guy for a small agency. And then the one guy was a big agency. So he's like showing off. He's like, I'll pay for it. $3,500 for 4 people for dinner. And, he damn near got fired. I think he had to pay it all back himself out of his own personal money. Yeah. So that's crazy. But yeah, that was a great night for me. That was the only time I've eaten a 5-star meal. But I didn't want to go back. I'm not into that stuff. And I was wasted on me. But I did hate squab.
There you go.
Anybody else? Something weird.
Oh,
Andrea? No, you asked the question. You're always Andrea asked this. That's right. So yes, go ahead, McNew. Sorry, I apologize.
No, you're good. So when I was younger,
before I should have.
My dad had like a lot of redneck friends, and he tricked me into eating squirrel meat. He was just like, just try it. Just try it. And it was good. Like, it tastes like chicken. And he wouldn't tell me what it was until after I tried it, because he knew I wouldn't try it if it were squirrel. Right. It's really good. It's like a salty chicken.
Salty chicken.
So bad, because I'm like, oh, it's a cute little squirrel.
If you ever need squirrel gravy recipe, I've got a killer one.
Really good,
You should
though.
try.
Yeah. Yeah. So McNew and squirrel. So, okay. So you went ahead and tried it and you actually liked it. Does that mean you would eat it again?
No, because they're cute. They're cute little fuzzy things.
Oh, no. Squirrels are terrible.
I'm here for eating ugly things.
They look like they have lice to me, even though I don't know how you can tell something that looks like it has lice when you're not close. I just see those things. I'm like, oh, they're dirty little things, aren't they? I
think they're cute. But
okay, fair enough. All right, Dirk, what weirdest thing you've eaten?
I'm not really adventurous either. I think it's unusual for this area, at least. We went down to Baton Rouge with some buddies, and I tried alligator for the first time. Actually, it was fried. Anything fried can't be too bad, right? So that's about as strange as I get right there. It's alligator fried in some little dive bar in Baton Rouge.
Fried alligator. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Again, third entry to taste like chicken. So there you go.
I was going to say, did it taste like chicken?
Of course. Yeah. All right, Demetri. This is going to be a weird one. This is going to be legit weird. So yeah, here we go.
Apparently, I thought so. I had armadillo.
Oh, don't they have that disease that you can get?
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to eat them. I didn't know what it was. And it was in fajitas.
Oh God!
Fajitas.
They were, and I was eating it, and I was like, "That's interesting texture." I was like, "What is this?" I sit there, and I'm like, and I was imagining
interesting texture.
I was like, "I bet that this is possum." And I was like, "One of you guys put possum in the fajitas." And we were sitting there, and about 3 bites in, I was like, "Man, that texture is odd. I've had possum." And we're sitting there, and one of the guys starts laughing. I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "Well, you're eating armadillo." And I was like, "Great, awesome." I was like, I finished it, but I wasn't going to eat another one. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. They're disgusting creatures.
Yeah. Oh man.
Possum wasn't his answer. I like that.
Yeah, no, possum.
But he said
That's where I was with it.
Yeah. He knew it wasn't possum. He's like, I ate that twice last week. That's not possum. Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't make it a habit to eat. Possums are disgusting little things, but possums, they aren't like armadillos are like ornery little things. They have diseases that you don't want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Leprosy. You can get leprosy from a possum.
Yep. But it was when we were down, we do some work down in Mexico, and that was where we came across it. Somebody just cooked it up, and I was like sitting there eating it, and that's how we found out.
Yeah. Interesting. I work with Jim, and he talks about all the shit he eats. And it's like, oh, I eat dog. Oh yeah, the dog's good. Dogs.
No.
You have a dog. You own a dog. I'm like, so I guess as soon as he dies, you know what to do with him. Just fry him up. He comes home from
Barley.
work. Oh. What's for dinner? Barley died today, so we're going to be eating good for a while.
Tastes like chicken. Well, if he ever comes in, offers you some cured meat sandwich or something, you know exactly what it is if you don't see.
Yeah. Where's Barley? Oh, he's here. He's here today. Go ahead and eat your burger. Enjoy your burger. We'll talk about it in a minute. Just finish your burger. Oh, good. Andrea? How about you?
Well, this feels tame compared to an armadillo and possum story. So
Well,
I don't even know that I should compete.
Set on a show where Demetri's on, so you knew it was going to happen. Yeah.
Lord. I just had this weird seafood dish, and it had like squid in it, and it looked so much like spiders that I could not get past the fact that it wasn't spiders, and I couldn't eat it. I mean, I it was a fancy restaurant.
Did you just move it around on the plate? Sometimes when you fake eat things, you just move them around on the plate.
Yeah,
so.
That's what it felt like.
I've been there before.
Yeah, cut it in half, it to the side.
Yeah. And they're like, are you ready for me to take this? Yes, please.
Absolutely.
It was delicious. It was
dessert, please. Yes. It was just so creepy.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Huh. My mom always says she can't eat crab legs because she thinks they look like spider legs. What? I don't. That'd be a hell of a big spider. I mean, crab legs are
like a giant tarantula she's having on her plate.
Yeah. So I don't know. Guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'll start this one off. I'm going to start this off with a winner. I feel I've got the Yellowstone limited edition. This is 2020. Everybody's favorite year, the year of the pandemic. So here we go. Oh, explosive. Plenty of, I let the thing get away from me a little bit there. There was some slosh going on, but I feel like based on the cork pops we've had so far, that's got to win. But do you guys want to play or just concede?
I've got champagne over here. I was waiting for this one.
Go ahead, Demetri. What do you got? What do you really got?
I have some Willet small batch rye. Okay. And it's going to be a bottle kill tonight. So I probably won't win.
All right. Did anybody else notice that bottle has like, I don't know, a fourth of it left? For him, that's a bottle kill though.
That's
a fourth of it in there. He's like,
oh, 4.5.
That's a bottle kill.
He's thirsty.
That thing's a
long week. Long week.
Okay. All right. So I've still got the lead. Andrea, what do you got?
So I have this is a new bottle from Bluebird Distilling. So I've been traveling a lot and I'm picking up some new stuff to try. So this is my Pennsylvania pick.
No, nothing. It's just silence. All right, McNew.
I have some Fort Hamilton double barrel.
Okay. No, nothing there. Dirk, your last but not least. I've got such a solid lead here.
You do. You got about a half bottle kill for Demetrius. Lee Sinclair from Alan Bishop over there.
Okay.
We got.
No, nothing there. I don't know what's your microphone's not picking it up, or I don't know what the deal is. So, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, Demetrius time is going to be telling us about the explosive growth and how he's managed to keep his head above water. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hello, this is Brian Nation of Keeper's Heart Whiskey. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have Demetri Kane and how great Nobleton's is doing.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. I can't go to the grocery store or turn on Instagram or Facebook, and there's Demetri. We're doing a pick here. I'm going there, or look at this. Here's a new thing we got out. Or and has anybody heard of it? Everybody's like, has anybody heard of this? This is fantastic. I was like, oh yeah, I've been on that train for a while, but yeah, welcome aboard. So it's crazy though, man. What the heck's going on?
Well, I think you just keep reposting your movie that's coming out. I think that's all that's going on.
That doesn't hurt.
You're just reposting it every day, because I feel the opposite. Every time I turn it on, I have to hide the story from my wife. Because she was very visibly annoyed the other night when it flipped on automatically on my phone, and I had to turn that off so fast, and then I had to explain to her that now the world knows. So, yeah. So I can't believe you wrote this.
Oh yeah, that thing's beautiful. Yeah.
For the record, Steve wrote tonight's episode. So anybody out there for tomorrow, when you're listening to this and you come in tomorrow to critique it, Steve wrote this, and I am finding out about this right now because I don't read this ahead of time. Oh. So thank you, Steve.
Oh, sure. No one believes you right now.
I know.
Sure.
I know, sure. So I guess what are you asking?
So yeah, what's it like for you? Obviously, things are going very well. So things are happening for you. I mean, everyone wants to do a pick. We had a barrel pick of yours for a long time now. It's been out for several weeks, and we have 2 or 3 people a day coming in and asking if we have any Nobletons. Do you have any Nobletons? When you get more Nobletons? Where's your Nobletons pick? I know you have a Nobletons pick. Where's that? We don't have one right now. Yeah. So what's going on? Why all of a sudden, man? What's happening?
I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing for us. We are having a blast with it. But it's like, you know how it is. It's like, because you've kind of like, you were there with us from the very beginning, and the very first event we ever had before we had it.
I was there. Yeah.
You were there. I think you were the very first person that ever wrote anything about us, and it had nothing to do with whiskey. And so, for us, it's been really fun to see how everything's going on. I think it comes down to, for us, we waited a long time to launch our whiskey just because we wanted to wait for it to properly age. So that's
how long ago was that when I went to that rum event for you? Because I asked you about that time about whiskey, and you're like, "Yeah, I've got whiskey; it's laid down, but I'm not going to sell it until I know it's ready to sell." That
was spring of 2018.
Okay, so 2018,
yeah. So we had been in business for a while, but we hadn't. So that was the very first time we brought anything to market. We were selling white rum, and I'd kind of let you taste a little bit of our aged stuff, aged rum, but we kept our whiskey under wraps forever,
right?
And, part of it was just, it's like we had a lot of family pressure just coming from like the kind of my background. I didn't want to, disgrace anybody or put out stuff that the family wasn't proud of. So we held on to it. And really, I think last year, May, when you did your first barrel pick.
Yes.
That was the first time.
We did the first barrel pick with you.
You did the first barrel pick. And before that, nobody had even, you were the first person to try the whiskey at barrel strength, because we hadn't let anybody try it. We'd released, I think in March, our 100 proof, and we'd quietly released it. We didn't really tell a lot of people we were releasing it. And then you reached out and was like, "Hey, I'm ready for that barrel pick."
Yeah.
So that was kind of the first one. And then,
so that was May. And here we fast forward to February 4th or something like that. We came out and did our second barrel pick with you. Just a huge change. Obviously, there was a change in venue too. You had moved distilleries, got to your new place where you're at now. But, in between, but just, what a difference you have a barrel program now. Before it was just like come to the distillery and here's a couple days. So it was just Jim and I at that time. We hadn't even, our store wasn't open yet. We're working on it. We're working on the store at that time. It was a nice break for us because we didn't have to work in the store that day and come out to you and taste some whiskey. So it was cool. But yeah, it is, what a big difference just that time frame is, where it's quiet as can be. And now, there was no other post about, I wonder if, Planters is going to have a barrel pick soon or anything, nothing like that. Now, like I said, I could pick up Instagram right now and there'd probably be, first 10 posts I pull up there'd be at least one about you in there for sure.
I don't know about that. I think that's I think those are posts you're making about me.
I don't know. Well,
I feel like Steve's algorithm is just like he searches Demetri all day, every day.
Yeah,
so
that's all that comes up to. Yeah.
Between the two of us, it's like, I'm like sitting here going, I can't wait until mine turns white so I can be like Steve, and Steve's the other one. That's all I dream about, Steve, because my algorithm's all about you. And I'm like, I pull up and I'm like, explosive growth of ABV Barrel Shop. I'm like, another barrel? So, no, I think, I don't know. I think it's kind of, it's like for you guys, you opened the shop. What was it? August of last year?
July. Yes.
Yeah, July. And you know how it takes like a little while for that adoption to come up, where it's like people start realizing the value of what you're bringing to the market.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, I think we were chatting, it was like, you guys weren't getting a lot of traction,
right?
Like media posts, like you'd post them on Facebook and stuff, and you didn't have. And now it's like your posts are getting displayed everywhere. And I think it's kind of the same thing. Is like it took us a little bit to get put out there, and I think we are doing things a little bit differently. It's like every single one of our bottles is different. So all the labels are different. The stories are different. So I think that kind of adds a little bit. I like it's a different approach, I think. But it's partially because we are still a small distillery, so we're able to really kind of dial in some of those things that like each one of our barrels just means the world to us because, we almost threw in the towel during COVID, and so it's like for us, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Did you see that post that I did early this morning? Again, that was a surprise to us. So we did a barrel pick with you, benefiting Maryland Heights Police Officers Association.
Awesome. That was awesome.
So they bring in a check for $500 for it because they know we raise money for in the name of our good friend Rick Brenner. So they use $500 of the money that they raised. They gave it back to us, with a check for ALS, which is St. Louis chapter of ALS. Very, very cool. The fact that they did that. So we got to, we sent in a donation immediately. We sent that check off to the St. Louis chapter of ALS, and what a cool thing that was. We didn't do it for that or anything like that. We did it because we wanted to help, and it was a great success for them. Like, gosh, they're so excited. They can't wait till their next one already. They're so pumped up. That was a fun fundraiser for them.
I think that we're going to be, because we've been talking quite a few different organizations. We're pointing them all in your direction. So when the phones start ringing, because a lot of people saw that. And that kind of thing was really fun for us because we had, it's a market that's never been tapped into, and you brought that to us. Right. It wasn't like my idea. It was you and Jim, and that was just so cool. Like being a part of that to begin with, just like for a cool organization, and then seeing that today, I was like, that's what this industry is about, which is helping each other out, building a community around something that we all love, and are fascinated with, and I think that.
Yeah,
that's really the fun thing.
It was cool. It was a neat moment because they didn't call and say, are you both there or anything? Door opens up. Jim he wasn't there. I think he was maybe just in the back office. I was sitting at the bar by myself between customers, and here comes two police detectives with a giant oversized check, and I was like, what the heck's going on? I can see a big check and it's made out. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool." So
those big checks are fun to see, right? Like, they could have handed you a little one. Those
like
cool.
Ed McMahon coming in there, with the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. So it was cool. So
that's neat. Yeah, I was really pumped to see that. And And it's just fun. It's fun when people get excited about it. Ken came out and picked up the whole roll of because we had some extra labels, and he was like, "Hey, can we have those?" And I was like, "Sure." And it's like seeing those types of things is really fun for us because the single barrels are really special to us, but then it's like when the base also gets really excited, like the people that join the picks and all that stuff. Cause like because like when we did the barrel pick with the syndicate, that was so much fun.
Right. Oh yeah.
At the end of that day when you were out here, I was pretty well toasted. My wife had to come get me.
Right. Because we had like 36 barrel strength samples that day. So we did 2 picks, like 18 each. So yeah, believe it or not, we were drunk. Imagine that. I brought on a designated driver. I knew this was going to happen.
I know you were smart.
I was the smart one. Yeah. I was like, I told my wife, I said, you're going to have to come out there with me. And she's like, what? I'm like, you can play on your phone the same way you'll be playing if I'm here or there. Just play at the distillery,
Well, I think next time what we've kind of like started adding to the barrel pick is I think next time we're going to be grilling. So as the weather gets better over the summer, we're going to be doing some Wagyu steaks and
Yes, yeah. I need to be hooked up with that. Yeah, you're the connection on that on the Wagyu steaks. So
well, the label should be coming in for the first barrel pick. We got them approved, and that's going to be something really cool because if you guys want to bring out the same people or new people to do the labeling, because that's something we offer with all of our barrel picks is come out and do labeling too.
Yeah. So. We'll have to, Dirk, I'll have to go over our program that we came up with, and we'd be more than happy to pass that along to you for all the important work you do. You use a fundraiser. We've got a pretty good program that we developed ourselves, and the Maryland Heights Police Officers Association was able to get a barrel, and the barrel was already paid for before they even got it, which is a pretty cool thing. So cool. They did a raffle ticket that included the opportunity. You automatically get the bottle, and then you also get a chance to participate in the barrel pick, and that was enough incentive for people to sign up enough where the barrel was already paid for by the time it came in. Then they still had some bottles left, and as soon as those bottles showed up, they were gone like in a day. Everybody wanted one when they saw it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it was really, really cool stuff.
And then they also, so I don't know if Ken told you, they actually came out, they brought out 10 guys, and they all actually did, they helped us bottle that day. It only took us 45 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be like a record time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And then we just all kicked back and like drank some more from other barrels and, just had a blast. So it was
well, Dirk, you, I mean, you're. I don't want. Never mind. I'll say it off the air. Never mind.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah. Fair enough. So but it's a good thing. And Demetri, you know what? I couldn't be any more pleased for you, man. Good things happening to good people. How can you be disappointed about that, man? You got great stuff happening, and you deserve it, man. You do a great job. I'm just excited for what the future means for you, man, because it seems pretty limitless at this point. I mean, it's a good thing.
We're having fun, but the thing is it's not about us, and that's what we keep coming back to. It's like, it takes amazing people that support us. And so it's like when the barrel picks, it's like, it's not really, it's not just me. It's every single person in our community that buys bottles. We had somebody came out from your shop today, Tony jumped in the car to come out and grab a bottle from me from a barrel pick from another store. Drove all the way out, hung out for an hour, picked up some bottles for Ken. And it's like, and that wasn't me. That was, you guys were talking about it.
Right.
And he happened jumping on Facebook and got a hold of me on my way home. And, and so, and that's kind of the community that I think that is so, I don't know, special about this whole thing, which is, it's more than just what we do. So.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Dirk, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
On Instagram at Indiana Bourbon and Facebook, Indiana Bourbon.
Demetri.
You can find me at Explosive Growth on Facebook. Demetri Payne on Facebook and Instagram, and or at Nobleton's on Facebook and Instagram.
Andrea, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Red Tumbleweed, and you can also check out my bourbon history book on Amazon.
All right, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. If you go back in the archives and search Demetri's name, you will find the first show he appeared on back in 2018. So pretty cool stuff. So check that out at abvnetwork.com. He wasn't a big deal back then. So, yeah.
Do not search for me. I was
Yeah, I'm going to have to repost that one, actually. We're going to run a best of pretty soon. You can hear that show. So I want to go back and hear it now. What the hell were you talking about back then? Should be fun. That's definitely going to be worth. That'll definitely be worth doing. I think we might have done a bourbon show with you too back then. So we'll check that out. So abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
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 Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.